This is Nyala and Nyala.
Hello and welcome to Living with the Stages. My name is Nyala and this is my amazing husband Anthony. And today we're going to be talking about
What makes our marriage work? Yeah. So we have a couple points. I mean, there are a lot of things that make our marriage work. Of course, at the center of it all is God. Of course, we're going to talk about friendship. Yeah. At the core of our relationship, before we started dating, the courting, all that kind of stuff, and Nyala and I were actually friends, for some time. And it was really good getting to know Nyala as a friend.
Yeah.
I was able to, of course, understand her more and know, what makes her tick. I'm of course still learning what makes her tick. But but yeah, no. But in the end, friendship is really important.
Yeah, and I think that is what I think that's the foundation. Apart, obviously, God is the foundation, Christ is the foundation. But outside of that, I think because we are friends, we still continue to be friends in our marriage. We still laugh together. If something happened funny, Anthony's the first person I want to call. If something makes me mad, Anthony's the first person I want to call. If Anthony makes me mad, Anthony is the person.
Yeah, it's kind of when you think about the friendship, I think back to when there was a point in time when we lived in a foreign land, and that was a foreign land. Yeah. It was an interesting experience because you have no other friends around you.
No
other family around you, and the only friend that you really truly have
is
each other.
Yeah.
And anytime we got we
entered in some heated fellowship.
Anytime we entered heated fellowship, the most place I could have walked was probably to the closet and back. I walked to the closet and come back. And
because literally we had a roommate. So we shared an apartment. So we had a master bedroom, and the closet area, and then our roommate, she had the other side. So the kitchen and living room areas were common areas. So that wasn't always exclusively. We had to share that space. So we really.
But that wasn't, you share something very important there. And that was like the first year of marriage, right after we got married.
3 months after.
We were out there. And I remember, I think back to something very important you said with the roommate. That actually helped us because, sometimes you get angry and you get into heated fellowship, your voice might get a little, you have to understand, hey, we have somebody else here, You don't want to ruin your witness too, You want to make sure, you want to make sure that, you're sharing that. So it actually helped us in controlling our tone and be able to talk to each other in a loving manner, sometimes we take a little break, come back and talk. And
we still take a little break even now. We don't have roommates, but
of course,
it's still important to really cool down too, because sometimes when you're we're going into something.
We're going into a whole different topic there, boy. Alright. We will talk about that on the next time. Yeah. But what makes it work? Friendship. Friendship from beginning to end, from before dating and so on, really getting to know Nyala. I think that is actually a real critical point because getting to know Nyala on that personal, intimate level, I was able to understand her more and be able to, moving into dating and courting, I'll be able to tailor my response and my love towards her in a different way. It wasn't just now getting to know this person.
I would just say we are still new in the marriage game. We've been married 3 years, so we are not experts, but we're just sharing from our experience and what we do in our marriage. I would say something else that makes our marriage work is that we tend to keep doing what we did when we were courting. So it's not like you get married and you put everything aside. We still date, we still go out, we still do some of the same things that we did in the beginning, things that we did that allowed us to fall in love with each other. We still continue to do that.
So we did the first work. And that's very important, because in the end, we can't put aside the things that brought us together, We made so much effort in putting certain things in place, to ensure that our courting stage, right, was, you know, a very important stage of our life, you know, and we want to make sure that we still reminisce and we look back. After this day, we still look back at things that we did back then, you know, and problems with the car and all kind of different stuff, and you remember and we say, oh gosh, boy, but thank God, you know, you thank God for it.
Yeah, lots of good times.
You know, yeah. So, I mean, in the end, you know, courting what we did then, or we do now, and really being able to use that, of course, you know, to develop the relationship, you know. And the next thing I would say actually is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a big deal, guys. For me, I would say forgiveness is on a level that I sometimes have to pause, right?
Yeah.
And really listen to what Nyala is saying and understand what she's saying, you know, and interpret it, interpret the best out of it sometimes. Because sometimes, I mean, we have heated fellowship sometimes and you hear certain things and you say, okay, what is Nyala truly saying here?
Yeah.
And listen to what she's saying. And after the entire situation, be able to, if she said something or I said something, be able to really forgive each other.
Yeah.
And you know, when I'm talking about the forgiveness, and they're simply just saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, looking at her in those beautiful brown eyes that she has there, and saying, you know, baby, I'm really sorry about what I did. You know, I love you, and you know, I'll do my very best to make sure that doesn't happen again. You know. You know, so you apologize for the situation and then you commit, you know, to making sure that you'll do everything in your power to try to make sure that doesn't happen again in the future.
Actually, we have the same, there's something called the 5 languages of love, but there's also apology language. The same Gary Chapman, there's also something called apology language, and both of us, we have the same apology language. Which is to genuinely repent. So, saying I'm sorry alone to me, and you see, doesn't do much.
As you say sorry also, I want to just touch on that a little bit. Saying sorry is not also verbal, right? There are actions behind sorry, and there's also physical attributes to sorry also. Already married couples, they're going to know what the physical attributes are, but we won't get into that, you know. But there are different ways and means to say sorry, you know. For Nyala, I tell you, it's very hard for me to actually say Nyala. She has the golden touch. She'd always, I should say, a cousin, right? So, you know, we know what a little heated fellowship. I say, all right, I'm gonna take a little cool out. Outside on the couch, they're cooling out there, and Nyala will come out and do something. And that's how, and I'll try and keep a straight face, you know, face serious. And Nyala will come, and she will either tickle me or do something to just make me laugh, and you know, we will of course talk about it after, you know. Yes, so to me, I would say forgiveness and saying sorry is very important, you know, and not only saying sorry in the verbal, but also the non-verbal cues. So feel free, like, share, comment,
and you can let us know as well what you would like us to discuss as well.
Probably even drop any comments, what works in your marriage, but also with that saying, guys, we want to talk about quality time and intimacy.
Being intentional about those.
That is very important. We got to be intentional about that because, you know, some of us tend to work some long shifts, you know, and think about it, you spend 8, 9, 10 hours at a job, you know, you want to make sure that you are, you know, putting the effort and energy into your marriage that same way also.
Investing into your marriage.
You know, investing. So you're going to work to get paid, right? So think about it that you are, you know, putting your effort into this marriage to reap a greater reward. And that greater reward will show up in many different ways. From your relationship with God, from your ministry, to many blessings from your generation. So many ways you'll be able to impact people's lives just by your witness and what you do. You know, and you know, now in this time that we are in here, we have to really look for some creative ways to be intentional about your intimacy.
You can just keep that to yourself. One thing that I always said for myself, I always had a goal. I don't want my husband to just end up being my roommate. We're living in a house, we're married, but we're not really investing in our relationship. So I always quality time is actually one of my love languages.
Yeah.
And one of your love languages as well. So if for example I realize that our schedule is busy and probably Anthony working nights for these days, when he has an off day, we will make sure that okay, we're not doing anything, we're not going anywhere, or if we may schedule a date when we're staying home, we make sure that we're not going to be distracted, nobody coming over on this day, or whatever the case is, because we want to make sure that we back to the same page.
Yeah, of course.
You were saying that some people during this time.
During this time, as you know, you have to be creative. You might not be able to go to the restaurants, you may not be able to do certain things that you were doing before, but find creative ways in or around the house, probably is it a date night outside, things like that. That you'll be able to even find new activities to do together.
Projects around the house. Different things.
I like how you said the project here. We recently started a garden, and it was fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's fun, just seeing it, and Nyala refers to those little baby kale as her babies, and she talks to them, and they're growing beautifully, But and I think probably the last thing we'll talk about, but probably one of the very most important things, is actually, the relationship with God.
Yes, keeping God at the center of your relationship.
Yeah. You see, in the end, God is the center of everything. He's the foundation of the marriage. Before you get into marriage, of course, you're gonna make sure and seek God, and you're going to talk to God, and of course develop that relationship with Him individually,
individually.
And then of course you bring that to your marriage, and then you of course do it together, but you also do it individually also.
You need to keep that.
So making sure we keep in God in the center of it all is very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Because life is hard as it is. With God, life can be hard.
Yeah.
So imagine doing marriage without God. That I don't want to think about that. So, it's God that really keeps this relationship going.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So this is us just want to share with us our testimony of our love,
and what we do.
Yeah, what we do and how we do when it comes to marriage, because this journey that we are on, right, we want to share it with the world, because we want to be able to, if one person is able to hear our testimony and be able to take away something from it that will be able to impact their life or their marriage, that's all we really want.
There's something that Patrice Cuffey says. She says that if you could save a marriage, you save a family, you save community, you save nation, you save society. So investing in a marriage and investing in a family is very, very, very important.
Yeah. So today it was a pleasure talking to you all. We spoke about friendship, right? Why is friendship important? Doing what you did first, right? What I would say, I know some of you all probably may not have
started off on your right foot.
Yeah, but in the end, I'm sure there were a couple quality things that you all did first that you could, of course, apply. Now that you say, okay, hey, we used to do this when we used to be dating, and we used to do this when we should be courting. Look for those things that would have sparked your, the entire relationship, and of course, see how you could explore that. The next thing we spoke about, the third thing was forgiveness and saying sorry. Not saying sorry only verbally,
but also
being
genuine.
Being genuine and seeing the fruit of the sorry also. Be intentional about intimacy and quality time.
And last but by no means least,
yes, that'll be your relationship with God.
Right.
Keeping God at the center of it all. All
right, Israel Houghton. Jesus at the center.
And I wanted to be a singer, a worship leader.
As the Holy Spirit, with a joyful noise.
Joyful noise. Correct.
All right, so thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching.
Guys, if you like this video, please drop a comment below. You could subscribe, share it with somebody. We are just out here, just trying to share our testimony with you all, and we love you all.
We out here.
We out here.